don't you think just from an efficiency standpoint, like if the college graduates, from a business standpoint, like if they were able to get up to speed and start contributing in a major way, faster, quicker, in a more measurable way, wouldn't you hire that person from a business perspective? That'd be easy.
Yeah.
That's an easy hire all day. If you can make the case to me that I'm going to spend more money, but this person is going to make me more money, yeah, of course. Where do we find that person? Give me 10 more of that person. But they're not finding that. And because they're not bringing that economic value. And with it, they're also bringing all of their baggage. That sense of entitlement that you were talking about, basically, I mean, I'm putting words in your mouth there, but that sense of entitlement that you're talking about, and then their student debt. I'm not casting shade on anybody about this. Like, this is me. This is my story. This is what I went through. I brought that sense of entitlement to my negotiations.
Well, I paid a lot of money for this degree.
I spent
like,
a lot.
We don't care.
Yeah,
this is still the wage.
I got laughed at.
That's nice. This is what we're paying.
I said this story so many times in this podcast. For those people that are new, like it was actually my second negotiation, my first negotiation out of college. I just took the job because I just needed a job. That's where I was on my journey. I was working as a bartender at night, and then I was like, okay, well, this job is paying really, really crappy, but it's my foot in the door. And I was like, I got to do what I got to do. And it was like $11.50 an hour I was making or something. I was like, okay, well, I take that job. And then I got another job, or at least and I was at the negotiation table with them. And so I'm thinking, I'm going to swing for the fences. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to ask for the world. When we got to the negotiation part of it, they were like, oh, so what are you thinking for this job? I was like, what do you think your rate's going to be? I was like, after doing my research and I think the value that I bring and where the market's at right now, $37,000 a year is fair. And I'm thinking like, that's a great number, bro. 100% they're going to give it to me. And she just laughs.
I can't.
Okay.
Every time you tell this story, I just imagine her just going, wow, that book that I read on negotiation really just paid off.
Yeah,
You know,
it's just like, House 31. And I was like, well, it sounds better than $11.50, I guess, or whatever I was making, $10.50.
Yeah.
Somebody mathed that out. I'm pretty sure 31,000 is still more than $11.50 an hour. And I'm pretty sure, I think it was like 7 hours a day. I was working hourly, even though it was like a full-time job and stuff like that. I was working hourly. It was an 8-hour shift, and I think I had an hour for lunch. So it's like only 7 hours a day. So it's 35 hours a week times $11.50 or whatever. But then this other job was salary. Yeah. Salary. It was definitely salary.
Yeah, it was.
And it ended up being that I ended up working more than 40 hours a week. There's like an argument for basically nobody should be salary, or at least like not until you reach a certain level of compensation.
Yeah.
And regardless of that, maybe that level is not even just monetary. You can be making $200,000 a year, but if you don't have like a piece of the company or something like that, or if you don't have a revenue share or something like that, then you should still be hourly. That's one of many arguments. But anyway, so shocker, right? 31,000, not too often, but it never had less than 40 hours, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to work more than 40 hours much. But
sometimes you did.
Yeah, but sometimes we did, and we never worked less. Like they never said, "Hey guys, let's get out of here." Yeah, let's not. It's Friday at 3:30. Let's get out of here. You know, like that never happened ever.
Fridays
Never happened.
The world.
Yeah, but anyway, so I'm not casting shade on anybody for this. Like that was my journey, and going into it, and like I wouldn't want to hire me with all those expectations. I literally had all of these expectations, and it was those expectations that led me to dissatisfaction, which is pretty much the case for anything. Why are you ever dissatisfied with a product that you buy?
Your expectations were wrong.
Yeah, your expectations weren't met. You buy a sponge thinking that it's going to last you 3 months, or I don't know, however, you know.
We're gonna be screaming in the comments on
yeah.
that. Like,
you buy sponges for 3 months? I don't know, it's a car wash sponge or whatever, but you know what I mean? I'm just like saying, so you're buying a sponge and you think it's going to last you 3 months, and then you're like, yeah, that is a long time for a sponge.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Okay,
we don't do that.
No, we don't do that.
Okay. I don't want people to think,
but you buy
can't
a
eat
sponge.
at everybody's house.
You buy a sponge and you think it's going to last you for a week, and it deteriorates the first time you use it.
Right. You'd be pissed.
See, now, like a week now, or do we got crazy sponge money? We got that Scotch Brite money.
Whoa, whoa. What are we, the Rockefellers over here? Jeez.
It's that expectations and those expectations not being met that makes it difficult, and it makes you dissatisfied with whatever it is. And then with work, if you're dissatisfied in your work, then you also...
It reflects in your work usually
reflects in your work.
And it can affect the morale of an entire team if you're a complainer, which obviously the people that I'm seeing are complainers. There's a bunch of things here, and this is kind of an offshoot, but it's hard not to see how the businesses that didn't hire these people didn't make the right choice, because they're screening them out because they think, oh, they're recent college graduates, they're going to be entitled. And then they get on TikTok and they confirm exactly what the business was worried about. And I just go, you're kind of just proving their point, because I haven't seen anybody who just graduated high school complaining about that. Nobody, not a single one. It's only college graduates with 1 or 2, I've noticed 4 degrees for whatever reason that is, and they really struggle. So a couple things. If you are a recent college graduate and you are having trouble finding work, you can't get people to call you back, you can't get people to hire you, I am going to give you a challenge. I want you to take your college degree off of your resume and apply like that, and tell me if you have the same problem, because I would bet money. What is going on is businesses, and when I say the word entitled, I don't mean entitled like I think you're entitled. Those are the words used in studies of surveys of employers. Employers think you are entitled. So if you want to remove that bias from hiring, take your college degree off your resume and apply with your skills. If you have no skills other than your college degree, there's your problem right there. But if you do have skills, then your college degree might be literally actively keeping you from being hired. The easiest way to find out if I'm wrong, take it off and apply. And if you won't do that because you think, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. Okay, well, then you can literally test me. And I'm willing to put money on the fact that you're going to get calls back. I'm not kidding.